Taurus family, hello and welcome to your November 2024 tarot forecast. I'm Ms. Eden, and Taurus family, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. This is going to be a general reading for Taurus sun, moon, and rising signs, but know y'all that we do all have a bit of Taurus influence in our birth chart, that second house influence. So see where that lands for you in your own unique birth chart. And I'm sure that there'll be some messages to take away from that. All right, fam. Don't sweat it, Taurus. If you catch this video a while after I drop it, or if you miss, not catching it right after I release it, know that there's a time and a place for you to receive this message. And I do hope that when you feel that tingle, that urge to sit down and listen or watch, there'll be something in this message for you, beautiful Taurus. Take what does resonate, what does hit for you. This is a general reading for the collective, and let that speak meaning and give you some wisdom as you move through your day-to-day life. But not everything will hit for the family and every single one of y'all, so just leave the rest for others, y'all. Know that if you like what you see here, fam, I also have an Instagram account. That's the one other social media I do mess with. That link you can find in my bio, and there's all sorts of things that I post over there that don't always cross over to my YouTube here. So thank y'all so much for all your likes and subscriptions, all your comments. I love hearing from the family, and I know we have a lot of new subscribers joining the family, so welcome to all the new subscribers. Y'all, if you are loving these videos and the work that I'm putting out there, the best way, the easiest way, and the cheapest way, because it's free, that you can support this channel and my work is to interact with my videos, like, comment, and if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button, y'all, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any astrology updates or tarot readings that I like to do throughout the week. All right, family. So again, thank y'all so much for all your love and support, sending it 10 times right back at you. We're going to do a little something different this month, Taurus family. I'm very excited as a fellow Taurus here for our reading this month. There's a lot of big things happening for my Taurans, and so I know I'm getting to this a little bit late into the month. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I did want to get all these videos out and wrapped up sooner, but alas, this last week hit me with some heavier energies and some ailments. So I will say that I've been healing, not sick. I'm trying to glass half full that and manifest some healing. So I've been healing, and it has been a very tumultuous week this week for us here in the US. So thank y'all for your patience as I've been a little bit behind in getting these videos out. But here we are, Taurus. So here's what we're going to do today. We are going to, of course, do our tarot spread and check in on the astrology of the month, but I want to bring a little bit more intuitive connection and frankly, kind of like some channeling or, intuitive guidance into our sessions here together. I'd really like to continue to hone that ability. It's an ability that we all have. It just takes some, like working any muscle, it takes some practice, right, to hone it. And then I'd like to also do a little bit of an oracle card pull to set us off with the tone for the reading of the month. All right, fam. So let me just think, did I cover everything? I believe I did. So let's get into the astrology first, the main astrology notes for the month. Taurus, the themes for November, that first half of the month, which at the time of this video's release, we're in the first half of November. This is November, I think 8th. I'm recording this video. So the first half of November is all about seizing upon the opportunities to go within, do that deep work, inner work that we need to be doing. If there's things coming up for us that are very triggering, very emotional right now, it's a call that we need to look at that discomfort and learn from it. So that first half of November is going to be a very strong time to go deep within and transform the ego self, that limited way of thinking about ourselves and the world, that we need to transform into a connection instead with the higher self. So this is the work of the first half of November. Coming into the second half of November, we start to see movement really pick up on the outward scale. Now, that does not mean that we don't have movement in the first half of November and that we haven't already been experiencing movement. Because if you've caught my last couple of monthly readings, I've been talking about coming into this period of a lot faster shifts and changes, and here we are in the thick of it right now. So whereas the first half we're going to see a lot of movement internally, the second half of November we're going to find a lot more movement externally. And so that internal work really needs to be done so we can stand strong in our grounding objective perspectives while everything outwardly is shifting and changing around us. Coming into the first of the month, we had a new moon in Scorpio. So this new moon gave us the opportunity to plant new seeds with, again, diving deep within to transform that ego self, release those blocks, those secrets that we've held within, maybe that we've even kept from ourselves. All that has had the opportunity to come up with this new moon, which is all about fresh starts, new beginnings, new cycles, planting seeds for new things to come, right? The 2nd of November, we had Mercury move into Sagittarius, a fire sign. So Mercury, think about the Greek and Roman god Mercury, or Hermes, which is the messenger god who can transmute between the physical 3D human world, let's say, and the spirit world of the gods, also the lower world, you could say. So like the higher world, the earth plane, and then the lower world as well, because Mercury/Hermes did bring souls down to the afterlife and it helped them get down there, you know. Mercury is also the planet of travel, communication, technology, ideas, and insights that we can have in our mind, like that intuitive, or I should say inspired spark of the mind, right? There's like aha moments. And in Sagittarius, that fire sign, we should definitely have a lot more aha moments and fiery sparks with what we're thinking about this month. On the 3rd of November, Mars moved into Leo, another fire sign. On that same day, Mars was conjunct Pluto and trine the moon. So this was a very, think back to the 3rd and those days surrounding it this past week, y'all. Like that was a very combustible, maybe emotionally triggering time. Again, calling ourselves with that Mars aggressive, warlike energy to think about our ego selves. Leo shines bright, likes to be seen, is very much a creative side. But again, like where can we release those ego blocks, process those things that have been buried deep within, perhaps for even many lifetimes, so that we can shine our brilliance and work our magic, right? Thinking about Leo like that magician card where you are transmuting universal higher power energies and grounding it down into reality. You're not getting stuck in that limited ego self. You are understanding just how much power the self has, and it comes from that connection with, I should say, the universe. So the 3rd was a very combustible day. Mars is a very fiery, aggressive, warlike energy. Leo is also a fire sign. Pluto is all about power, transformation, and change. And the moon is just deeply emotional. So, I bet we all were feeling it that around the 3rd, this past week. On the 11th, coming up, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. So where in our Venus is all about the energy of love and indulging in those pleasures in life. So Capricorn brings in a little bit more structure and a little bit more of that disciplinarian energy to think about where are we maybe indulging too much and need to reel it in a little bit. But Capricorn can also be very much a sign about control and power as well. So it can be an interesting dynamic coming up this coming week, y'all, depending on when you catch this video. But on the 11th of November, there might be some power dynamics within our love relationships and within those things that we love. So we need to be very, very careful that we're not trying to exert too much power over someone or something else, that we're trying to keep everything in balance. The 15th of November, it's a big day because Saturn stations direct in the final degree of Pisces. In astrology, there are degrees as well, like in angle relationships. Yes, right. And so when we have Saturn moving direct, that final degree is significant. We call it the anaretic degree in astrology because that is like a full moon energy. It's like a wrap up, a culmination of a cycle, really, of the planet in that sign in Pisces before it changes into the first degree of the next sign, which will be Saturn moving into the first degree of Aries. Okay, so again, we're coming up on that Aries first sign of, let me back it up. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac tied to Mars. We already talked about how aggressive and fiery Mars can be. This is all also connected to the ego self. So Saturn is asking us in this final degree of Pisces, as it turns direct and moves out of retrograde, we need to get very disciplined and structured about our spiritual practices and development. If y'all haven't already been feeling that pull to connect and dive deep a little bit more with our spirituality, that's gonna give us an extra push when Saturn goes direct and moves out of this retrograde cycle. We also on the 15th have a full moon in Taurus, which is, I know y'all are gonna feel that shit. So my Tauran family, this is about wrapping up and thinking about what can we put to bed, learn from this old cycle of things in the material realm that have fulfilled us and things that haven't. This could have to do with our money. This could have to do with our resources, with Taurus, right? This could have to do with the pleasures in life because Taurus is connected to Venus. And so again, Venus is going to be in Capricorn, where it's going to be like, are we overindulging? Where do we need to be a little bit more structured and disciplined with ourselves, but also checking our power dynamics within our love relationships. And so it's going to be this is also going to be the last super moon of the year. So it's going to be a big energy push for us and probably a deeply spiritual time. It can be deeply emotional as well. We might also see around the 15th things pertaining with this Saturn in Pisces, and also we have Neptune in Pisces at the moment retrograding, continuing with storms and floods and things having to do with water. Full moon in Taurus, we might see some things on the earth realm. Uranus is currently in Taurus as well. So a lot of earth shaking activities might happen literally or figuratively. We've been having a lot more earthquakes, volcanic activity, landslides, especially when we have this water influx from Pisces. So all of that I'm just seeing, and many astrologers as well are seeing that that's going to continue, these like natural weather related events. Moving on, Taurus, to the 19th, because we ain't even done yet, but it's a huge day on the 19th of November because you will hear tons of astrologers, energy workers, all of us, psychics, clairvoyants, talking about Pluto moving into Aquarius. It is leaving Capricorn, where it's been since 2008. Pluto transits are very long. So think about what began in 2008, what is wrapping up now. And boy, on the mass scale, because Pluto, with its transits being so long, these are usually larger collective shifts and paradigm changes that we're experiencing and going through. So Pluto in Capricorn has been all about Pluto power and transformation of power. Capricorn, all about governmental systems, very structured, very top-down control. And with Pluto moving into Aquarius, this is all about redistributing the power to the people, to the community, based on justice. Oof. It is going to be a very interesting time that we are shifting into. And we are only at the beginning tip of this, y'all. So it is not going to slow down. It is only going to speed up. It is only going to get more, I hate to say tumultuous, but there's going to be a lot of shifts and changes. And this is only the beginning, because Pluto will be in Aquarius until 2044. So with it moving from that final degree in Capricorn, we have so many planets in the final degree. Neptune, final degree of Pisces. Saturn, we talked about, final degree of Pisces. Pluto in the final degree of Capricorn right now, as it shifts into the first degree of Aquarius. Totally new beginnings. New cycles. Boom. So, whoa, this is going to be big. Big, big time, y'all. The 21st of November, Saturn, so many S words, Sagittarius season begins. And then on the heels of that, we have on the 25th of November, Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius. What? Okay, so Mercury is going retrograde until December 15th. And this is going to be a nice opportunity with all this crazy shit that I just talked about. Pluto moving into Aquarius, Saturn stationing direct in Pisces, that full moon energy in Taurus, y'all. This is going to be a perfect moment to slow down. Mercury retrograde cycles are a great time to receive more, especially with this in Sagittarius. We're going to be receiving more inspiration and energy, insights for new actions and creations that we can take. It's not a time about moving and grooving. This is not a launch time. Mercury retrogrades are not times to sign contracts, launch projects. You need to proofread, edit everything that you write. Think twice or double check everything before you click send. We might hit travel delays and bumps in travel, technology glitches around that time. That's just part and parcel with a Mercury retrograde. So you might as well not fight it, and might as well just let the universe carry you along and practice some good grounding techniques during that time, and let your mind really just explore the inspirations and insights that come to you, because you'll have some great energy with that, with it being in Sagittarius. All right, family. That's it for the astrology. I know that was a lot. So let's get into, thank you so much for rocking with me with that. And it's important that we know, because these are huge, huge shifts that we are coming into. And it's going to be like a long time of us keep saying that, because we are truly entering into unknown territory that humanity has not really been in these kind of realms. We'll have a lot of, kind of repeats. We can look to history to find similar things, but this is a whole new expression of all of this, fam. So let's talk your, I want to do the intuitive insights that I got first. So before doing this video, I did a little bit of meditating and checked in about Taurus, and just Taurus, what's important for them, what I asked Spirit to kind of bring me, and I always close my eyes while I do this, so you might see me do that here as I bring that energy and connection a bit back. But I wanted to check in with our energy and what's important for Taurus to know for the month of November. And so what I saw was literally a bull head in the sky. It was like in a beautiful, sitting in the clouds. And it was kind of shifting between like seeing a cloud formation shaped in the bull form, but also I could see just a very clear head of a bull in the sky. And so what I'm taking from that are a few things to note. One, it's okay to let yourself drift into the clouds. Again, that Mercury in Sagittarius. Let yourself dream this month, Taurus. That's where the beauty, the magic, the insights, all that's going to lay there. For some of my Taurans, conversely, you might, for those of y'all who have not been grounded enough and a little loosey-goosey, it might be a call for some of y'all to get your head out of the clouds, because that's where it is. I think it's also very important that my Taurans take a look at the constellation. That's the word I'm struggling for. Thank you, fam. Sorry. But yes, the constellation of Taurus also came up for me during that. And I believe as I did a little bit of looking into it, the Pleiades are part of the constellation Taurus. So I think that might be interesting for some of y'all this month to do a little bit of a dive for those of y'all who are interested in the astronomy aspects and the deeper symbolism and connections and energies with not just our known bodies in the solar system, like, our planets, but also looking at some of the other factors and bodies that we no doubt are affected by in our, I will say, solar system, certainly galaxy. There's a lot of comets, moons, asteroids. There's a lot of aspects that are also very important in our charts beyond just sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, where all that lays in our chart. There's a lot of other things that factor in too. So for those of you that are interested in diving down the rabbit hole a little bit, start with maybe looking deeper into the constellation of Taurus. And I would be interested to know too, fam, if you find out anything, I'm going to look into it as well. But for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, which is where I reside, but also the fam in the Southern Hemisphere, where do we see Taurus in the sky right now around November? Is it in the morning? Can we catch it in the afternoon, in the evening? That would be something interesting I'd look into, is at this very time, where is Taurus constellation in the sky? There's a lot of cool apps that can help you with that. Let's talk, my loves, about your oracle reading. So I got a very strong pull for my Taurus family, because you are an earth sign, to go to my herbal astrology oracle deck by Adriana Ayales. I love this deck. I think it's a wonderful deck, and I love any chance to pull it out. So that was the call. And I would love also to maybe do some deck reviews. So if y'all are interested in seeing any of the decks that I use with a little bit more detail, getting some reviews on it before you buy, especially if you've been thinking about buying them, let me know in the comments, family, because I would be happy to review some decks for y'all. But let's talk these blah, blah, blah. I'm getting so tongue-tied. I'm so sorry, Taurus. But these oracle pulls for you, because I wanted to kind of set the tone for our reading with this oracle card. Or cards. You had two that fell out for you this month. And so the first one is the herb Rue, protection, card number 4. This is an herb of the Sun and Pluto. We can also see the infinity symbol, the lion. So there might be some significance with that Mars energy moving into Leo. Also the Pluto moving into Aquarius. Both fixed signs, Leo and Aquarius. But this is for me telling my Taurus family that whatever you are going through this month, whatever big shifts and transitions are happening, you're protected. That's beautiful. The other card that fell out for you was the Blue Lotus card, which is number 5. By the way, interesting, number 4 and number 5 fell out for my Taurans. So you might be seeing some number sequences, 4s, 5s, or even adding up to 9. But Blue Lotus is all about your intuition. This is a card of the Sun and Moon. So again, a lot of Sun energy, a lot of, interesting for my Taurans this month. But I know Blue Lotus is an herb that is used for lucid dreaming. So very much getting in touch with the higher self through dream state. Yeah, it's going to be important for you to connect with that higher self. Release the ego self this month. And know that as you're stepping into unknown, possibly a little scary territory, you are protected. Rue is a very powerful plant. There's only one way that I can recall off the top of my head that it can be used, but I'll need to do a little bit more research into Rue. I know it has a beautiful fragrance, but you have to also be careful, because if you handle it without gloves, it can give you a skin rash. So it can, the oils on it. Yeah, very powerful, very, very powerful plant. And again, brings that sun energy, that yellow, that sun energy with the flowers on the rue plant. And then the blue lotus has like that moon, you know, and then sun. Kind of look with that blue lotus, the sun in the middle with the yellow, the blue around it. So you are protected as you dive deep into your intuition, into your higher self, into the dream state, the lucid, perhaps dreaming state for some of y'all. That's going to be a space where you grow and learn this month, Taurus family. Love that for y'all. So starting off the month, here you are, the Empress. There you are. This is not the card of Taurus in the deck, but I feel it definitely should be. It totally embodies Taurus for me. This is creation through stillness, through being at peace, through being emotionally fulfilled, through living through the heart space. This is power through the heart and your intuition connection through your heart, not your mind. Okay? This is the only queen Empress, the only figure that sits in the traditional Rider-Waite deck on a throne of pillows. I'm using a different deck this month, so I will explain when we cross these cards. There's some that are a little bit different from the traditional Rider-Waite, so I'll kind of translate that for us. But again, here we have, look at that, the moons. She's very much a sunny energy as well, so you might be feeling very creative and inspired to create coming into November, Taurus family. And there's been tower moments coming up for y'all too, because right off the tip, your first three cards are all major arcana. So you have serious higher universal forces at play this month. The tower is all about very much Uranus energy, and Uranus is currently in Taurus, fam. This is all about sudden shifts, complete breakdowns of old systems down to the bedrock to rebuild anew. This is something that wasn't built on solid foundation is crumbling. Might not be physical. It might be a pattern of thinking, a way of perception for y'all. And it's happening fast. You have a lot of fast moving energy, and some of y'all might know how to direct it, and others might be feeling a little bit lost because of that tower moment of like, how do I direct and use my energy now? Which is why I think it's very important and good that a lot of my Taurus are finding stillness to decide how they want to use their energy, their power, their time, their resources. This is about divinely guided energy and motion. This is fast moving. So whatever's happening for my Taurans this month is going to happen fast. And with the astrology, I would say, yup, 100%, absolutely. Truth and justice. This is adjustment in this deck, but this is the justice card in the traditional Rider-Waite. So balance through truth, balance through justice. While you are very much deeply connected to your creative heart source right now, you're also able to distinguish and know that you've had to discern some truths about some matters, and you very much approach finding the truth and balance and justice with a clear head. It's like you've had enough experiences in the past, I'm picking up, Taurus, that have given you the life lessons to know how to do this now. To wade through all the commotion that's happening to find the truth of what really needs to be in order to bring balance to, I'm going to say your world, your life. Because that's all that we can only control, right, is ourselves. You got a lot of victory too, Taurus. You got a lot of victory this month with the Six of Wands energy. This is being seen. This is like, you know you've won, but you're not quite at the finish line. But look at all these spiritual emblems that you have. The lotus flower, the phoenix, and the flying winged sun disk. Again, the sun. You have a lot of emphasis on the sun, even though it's not in your reading this month. Feeling that sun energy for my Taurans, and I'm feeling it a lot on the inside. Look at these lanterns, almost like an internal fire for you, guiding you. deep connection to spirit, deep connection to your heart center, deep connection to the truth. And this is the card of Libra as well. So we have Libra in the North Node at the moment. And so kind of moving forward with truth seeking and restoring balance is going to be very central for a lot of us right now. This Queen of Wands energy is all about giving you that again, that creative spark, that creative fire. It's like she is spiritually connected. She is the life of the party. She puts her wishes out there and then waits and listens for spirit to guide her. She knows when to surrender and when to move forward and how to harness her energy. And again, that ties in with that Chariot for you. So even though a lot is crumbling around y'all, I think some of y'all, like, you needed the crumble. You're like, I will say, almost welcoming it. Not maybe with open arms, but like you're almost welcoming the crumble because you see so clearly now that everything that was needs to go because it's not in line and in balance. And this is the part of the journey, right? A lot of these cards too, notice, Taurus, are centered, like have a center point that things, the swords, the wands are pointing to. Even here, it's like an internal fire. Like it's not really an exact point, but it's like this inner flame, this inner fire. So take a look just as we go through this reading. What's at the center? Is it like things going, like attacking your inner work? Is it stuff outward? Is like, are the swords pointing in? Are the wands pointing out? Notice that symbolism, because I'm noticing that a lot coming up for y'all, with interesting things in the center, focusing in on the center for you, right? Center work. So 6 of Swords is like you're leaving situations behind you. You are protected. You are truth, because you're truth seeking. You were not here for the lies, for, frankly, I'm like hearing corruption. You're not here for the BS anymore. And so you've been leaving situations behind you, and you are so protected with this new knowledge as you travel into calmer waters. Rest has also been very important for you with this 4 of Swords energy. This is truce. This was science. I do love this. Not only the imagery on these cards, but I do love the terms as well. But yeah, in order to find your truth, we're coming back to knowing when to take action and move, and knowing when to find stillness. And so you've known when to move and leave situations, and you've known when to take your rest, because you've had a lot pulling on you as you've left and cleared things from your life. That's exhausting work. And it's very draining on the mind. It's draining on the body. It's draining on the heart, on the spirit. But y'all are fucking resilient, because look at this, like abundance, 3 of Cups. What you're moving towards, Taurus, is your coven, your tightest, your closest of close. If you don't have those people, they're coming in your life right now. Those people, those places, those things that make you feel safe, in complete joy, celebration, like heart overflowing. This isn't like monetary abundance. This is like emotional abundance. And this is from being with things, people, in places and doing things that fill your cup, that you trust, being in safe spaces. And that's what you are very intentionally moving towards this month, is moving out of spaces that no longer serve you, that were, frankly, it seems like unsafe in some way, shape, or form. Some other effects for the month, give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Is again coming back a lot to your mental state, our ability to seek truth. There has been yes. Okay, sorry, a lot of thoughts just came in at once. Thank you. The fast pace has been moving a lot with the truth seeking. So you have been actively understanding that there is knowledge that you need to gain that will help you know the next steps. Okay, sometimes you've moved a little bit. Be wary about moving too quickly, too fast, too quickly, too aggressively towards that truth. This is the Princess of Swords. This is the equivalent of the Page of Swords. So again, like, your intellect is very sharp. Your intuition is very strong. But just know that you don't have to, like, go forward at 100 miles an hour right out the gate, okay? Like, let things marinate for a minute, okay? Because you do have all the mental wherewithal to get to the bottom of whatever it is you need to be able to, I'm picking up, like, release this month. And this Queen of Swords is going to help you with this energy that you're going to hold in your mind, body, and spirit. Again, I mean, no time for anything but the truth. With this Queen, she is detached emotionally. So you know, again, when to detach, because you don't need to get all caught up in the hubbub, and when to connect. And that's with your closest, most trusted, safe people. That's when you connect. But you save everything. You put, I think it's wise, you put the walls up for others, because you know the drains that life, people, places like that, everything can have on us, right? So you know a lot more about your own boundaries now, Taurus. You found that truth. And so this is all about, again, when you're having maybe some conversations with some people this month, because this could also pertain to maybe some air signs, more maybe an older feminine energy air sign, which would be Gemini. What are my air signs? Help me out. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Or it might be a younger, maybe masculine figure playing a role this month. Having to do with some of these, like, pretty curt conversations that you have to have, right? Getting to the bottom of things. People might be trying to bring in a lot of, like, again, like, feelings and distraction and emotions, and you're just not here for it. You're trying to cut through all of it and get to the bottom of the matter. And, like, that there is energy in the air, in the universe, that you are in charge of grounding and manifesting down into reality with this 8 of Wands energy. Again, look at the center of the card. Look at the rainbow. This is Mercury in This is Mercury in Sagittarius as well. So remember, I said Mercury moves into Sagittarius, moved on the 2nd, and then it goes retrograde on the 25th. So I'm expecting maybe, something around this. This is totally lining up with this month, that this fast-moving energy that's only been in the mental space and the energy space, not in the physical world yet, is now grounding itself down into reality. And that's why you need to have that stillness to know, what is it that I want to ground down and create? Because it doesn't need to be more anxiety. We're leaving that for calmer waters. It's what it needs to be is more of this abundance, this emotional fulfillment, that which overflows your cup, Taurus. And the universe is going to give you that opportunity with this 2 of Wands to be able to figure out, where do I call home? What do I call home? And that's not just literal home, like a location. Home for me is, like, I'm understanding very much within myself. Home for me is my connection with spirit. So this is going to give you an opportunity this month, while so much is moving and changing around you, to step back and be a little bit more objective in deciding your next moves, especially when Mercury goes retrograde. Great time to step back and plan for the next steps, because you got a lot of beautiful fiery energy and inspiration behind that this month. And you have a lot of, again, that fast moving energy that can help you launch when you need to launch, move things along when they need to be moved along, right? To keep you along your path, because this is all new. The old is gone. It's It's all new from here, baby. Teamwork, again, that's 2 cards with that 3 of Cups and now the 3 of Pentacles. Teamwork with others is going to be very important for you this month. It's going to lead you to that abundance. Lean on others. You don't have to do it all yourself. People can help you. You're going to realize that people supporting places and situations are what fill your cup. It's not always about the money, but it's about when you fill that cup, when you lean into the intuition and the spiritual connection through your heart center, it leads and manifests from the non-physical into the physical as complete abundance for y'all. So by working well with others, you are going to be able to sit in that garden with this, Princess of Discs. So this is the Page of Discs. I thought it was the Queen. You are going to be able to focus on your resources this month and see where is it that I want to bring more abundance so that I can sit back in my garden and really just, 1, appreciate all the abundance you already have and figure out, like, what do I want to create next? Taurus, you're leaving a lot behind this month, and things are going to be moving fast around you, and your job is to take that beautiful, slow Tauran pace and just assimilate all these changes. The changes are happening for the best. And these things that are leaving you need to leave. They will leave quickly. Might be a bit bumpy, but lean into your creativity. Create. When you don't know and you're feeling stuck, do something that dance, sing, move the body, draw, like go for a walk, solve a puzzle, like whatever. But that's going to give you the mind space about how do I move forward through all this? What are my next steps? Because I know some of my Taurans are definitely feeling lost. And that's okay. That's okay. That is a signal to surrender. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm trying to lean into that Empress energy as well, Tauran family. Sending you so much love for the month of November. Let me know what you thought about this reading, Taurans. And I always love coming back and checking out a reading or a forecast at the end of the month after things have played out. See how it hits again. So definitely let me know in the comments how this hits for y'all. And I hope that November is a beautiful month of creation and new beginnings. Bye, fam.